Observe very carefully. Just once again, I will say what is density and as well as relative density. Just 2 minutes. So now, as you people know already, density means in the sense of ways to represent with a rho, a Greek letter symbol called as rho. So the density of any given substance is equals to mass of the given substance for a unit volume. This is what the density. Do you understand, Shruti? So density means mass by volume is called as density. So now density of the given substance. Now same way if we'll go to the next one, relative density we can say. So what do you mean by relative density means? So observe very carefully. It is just a ratio of two densities. What is that? Relative density we used to represent with the RD. It is the ratio of what, guys? Two density. Understanding two densities. So that is why it does not have any units. So we can say what? It is the unitless quantity because ratio of same units always will get cancelled. So if we take the relative density means what it is means the density of a given substance. Understanding the density of a given substance if we'll compare with what? Elmokel? Given substance.
Water.
If we'll compare with the
Water at 4 degrees Celsius.
density of water at 4 degrees Celsius, then that is what we used to call as relative density. Are you understand everybody, Laksha? Relative density means density of any substance. I can give you any substance or Y substance or Z substance, doesn't matter. If you compare the density of that substance with density of water at 4 degrees Celsius, then that is what we used to call as relative density. So the units of density divided by density will get cancelled. That is why relative density does not have any units. We can say it is the unitless quantity. So now if we take what is the units of density? Units of density is what? Either kilogram per cubic
Kilogram
meter,
meter cube.
or we can say what?
Gram per
Gram
cubic
per
centimeter.
cubic centimeter. So one is SI unit, this is SI unit, and this is CGS unit of density. So please all of you remember this. So these are all the things we have studied, and even one example also I have taught you in the last class. Is it yes? Hello
Yes,
again?
sir.
That is. Alana, you also join for second meeting also. After the first meeting, don't leave. So now observe. Now in our today's class, we are going to study the next very important principle. That is what we used to call as Archimedes principle. So what is this Archimedes principle and why it is needed to study? That is all we will study in our today's class. So this is called as what we used to call this principle? Archimedes principle. Understand everyone? So now observe very carefully here. A Greek scientist called as Archimedes. What is he belongs to whom? He is the Greek scientist. Understand? He is only found this. That is why it is called as Archimedes. So he is the Greek scientist named as Archimedes. Found that when an object is immersed in a liquid, as I said, if we'll take already we people have solved that also, the factors affecting that. So now if I'll keep, this is the liquid. Now if this is the liquid, is it any upward force is acting on it? If I am not immersed in any object, when the upward force will act? Hello, Uncle. Have you remembered last before class? When I will immerse some object, from the bottom of the liquid, some kind of force is exerting. That force is only called as what? What we have to study?
Upward
force. What is called as? Name. I want.
Buoyant force.
Buoyant force. Or else we can say buoyancy force, we can say that. When it will take place only when the object is immersed, understanding, immersed inside the fluid. But if this immersion is maybe partially immersed or maybe completely immersed, we cannot say that. I understand everybody. So what Archimedes said that when an object is immersed partially or completely in a liquid, it will experience a buoyant force. This buoyant force always will act which direction, girls? It will always will act Upward direction. Upward direction. That is why this force is called as what? I said you already. It is acting upward direction. So if it is acting perpendicularly to the surface, what was to call? Tamil Selvan?
Thrust.
It is called as thrust, but it is acting upward direction. That is why it is called as, what was to call? It is called
Upthrust.
as up thrust, we can say. What is to called, guys? It is known as
Upthrust.
so up thrust also is to called as what? Buoyant force.
Buoyancy.
Or we can say buoyancy force. So all the forces are same. So when this force will come into the play, only when the object is
Immersed.
the object is immersed in a fluid. All of you should remember, when an object is immersed in a liquid, it will experience an upward force from the bottom of the liquid. That force is only called as buoyant force. And suppose, see, if I take a one beaker of water, this is what the beaker of water has been taken by some person. Now it has been fully filled, guys. Fully it has been filled. Now, if I will insert some object inside, so now the water which is present in this area, definitely it will be displaced from the beaker. Is it yes, guys? If it is beaker
Yes,
is
sir.
more height, the water will be increases. If it is already overfilled, then the water will be split out. Is it yes, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes or no? That is what you have to understand. So that is what he has said. So Archimedes said that when an object is immersed in a liquid, it will experience an upthrust or buoyancy force, and also it will displace what? It will displace the fluid or liquid, we can say. So now, if I will immerse a small object, small liquid will displace. If I will immerse a big object, if I will throw a big stone, what will happen, guys? If I'll throw a big stone, lot of amount of fluid, liquid is displaces. Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Small object, small liquid will displace. Large object, large liquid will displaces. Now, if you'll observe here, and also we have been found that, for example, even I told you. So now, if you inside the water, if you are swimming inside the water, you will feel your body has less weight. Is it yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
That is also because of why? Because of what reason? Because of buoyancy force only. Understanding? So because of this upthrust force or buoyancy force, when a body is inside the liquid, their weight will feel less or more. They will feel their weight is less or more. Their weight is less.
Less.
Understand?
Less.
That is what you can see. Also, he has been found that when the object is immersed inside the liquid, then the weight of the body is decreases. The weight of the body is what is happening? The weight of the body is decreases because of what is the reason, guys? Weight of the body is decreases because of what is the reason, Jayvarshini? Because of
Because of
buoyancy forces.
buoyant force.
Because of buoyant forces. So that weight only, the weight which is present inside the liquid is only called as apparent weight of the body. What we used to call?
Apparent weight of the
Weight of
body.
the body. So now, when the same body is in air, then what is to called as? The body, when it is in air, then that is called as real weight of the body. What is to call? Real weight of the body. So now, where it is having more weight? Inside the liquid or on air? Where it is having more?
On air.
On air, sir.
Air. Always the body is having more weight. Understand? Compared to the same body is immersed inside the liquid. That is what you have to understand. So why here, sir, it is body's weight is decreasing? Because when it is inside the liquid, the buoyant force is acting on it, so that weight of the body is decreases. That is what you have to remember. So brothers, are you there in meeting? Please call to the room. So now if you see, as I said, is it, if you want to act the buoyant force acting on the body, is it needs to immerse fully or partially? Is it fully or partially? Please respond. Nobody is answering. If the buoyant force is acting on your body, when it is acting, is it the body is fully immersing or partially immersing, or both the cases?
Both the cases, sir.
Both the cases, yes or no? So now, if you notice it very carefully, as I said, what is this Archimedes principle means? It will be very interesting and very important also. Let me take all you three persons are there. Let me consider Tamil Selvan and Pradosh and Monesh. So now you all people consider you all taken one beaker of water. Each one you have taken what, guys? One beaker of water. Is it yes or no? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
So now water not. Let me consider some liquid you have been taken. So now Prados has been taken a liquid A and you have been taken liquid B and another one is taken liquid C. Any doubt, guys? Jayvarsini, are you understanding? Alana, Laksha also. So now notice it very carefully. They have been taken a same kind of object. What kind of object they have taken, Ra? Same object they have taken. Are you understand, guys? Same object. Okay. So three equal objects they have been taken with having a same mass. Is it okay, Almukil? Same
Yes, sir.
mass, same size, everything. Okay, Maitriyan. So now you notice it. So now, first one, let me take this is Elmukil and this is Pradosh and this is Maunesh. Okay. So now Elmukil dropped this object inside this fluid, only less amount of object is immersed. Is it okay, Ra? Less amount
Sure.
of object is immersed. Okay. Now, if the Pradosh is dropped the same kind of object in this one, so now here little bit less object is immersed. Here, see, let me consider 50% is immersed. Here, only 25% is immersed. Now, in the same object, if we dropped inside this Maunesh, then the full object is immersed. Is it okay, guys? Full object is immersed. Any doubt in this? Please respond. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Nobody will answer. Now, here, how much body is immersed? 50% body is immersed, correct? So now, definitely it will displace some liquid. Is it yes or no? So let me consider some
sir.
amount of liquid is displaced in this. Okay? So now, here only 25% is immersed, so that it will also will displace some amount of liquid. Is it okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now,
sir.
if we'll take full body is immersed, so that it will displace more liquid or less liquid. It will displace
More liquid.
More liquid. Is it okay? Jayashree, are you understand? Respond me. Adarshan. Now you can see.
sir.
Yes. Now I will ask to measure the weight of this liquid and weight of this liquid and weight of this liquid. All the three liquids I will ask to measure, girls. They used to measure the weight of displaced liquids. What is that? Weight of displaced liquid.
liquid.
Now, the interesting fact is, so you can notice it here, either it is immersed partially or it is immersed fully. If you'll observe, definitely this body, we are taking a same body, yes or no? Same body means in the sense of what? Same size and same weight. Is it yes, guys? Same weight it is
Yes,
having.
sir.
Will you accept it or not? Now, what is the Archimedes principle means? Observe. The weight of the liquid displaced by the immersed portion of body, whatever it is immersed, either it is partially immersed or it is fully immersed, it doesn't matter. So now, if we measure the weight of this displaced liquid, then this weight of this displaced liquid is equals to the weight of the body. That is what it is called as Archimedes principle. Understand, Elmukil? Tamil Selvan?
Yes, sir.
Now, if we'll measure here less liquid or more liquid is displaced here. Second case, Pradosh case, less liquid is
Less liquid.
but still the weight of this liquid, if we'll measure, which is equals to what? The total weight of the body. Understand? Same way here, in case of Maunesh, more liquid is displaced. Is it yes or no, Maunesh? Now, but if we'll measure the weight of this liquid, then which is also equals to what? The weight of the total weight of this object. That is what it is called as Archimedes principle. Any doubt, guys?
No doubt, sir.
So that is what, if the object is partially immersed or completely immersed, doesn't matter. So the liquid, the total liquid, the weight of the liquid displaced by the immersed portion of body, which is equals to total weight of the object. That is what we used to call as Archimedes principle. How many of you understand this? I want the response. Shruti, Sai, Yes. So it is displacing less liquid or more liquid doesn't matter. Quantities doesn't matter. If you measure the weight, which is equals to the total weight of the object, that is what we used to call as Archimedes principle. So please all of you write Archimedes principle. So this Archimedes principle is acting when the body is partially immersed or when the body is completely immersed in a given liquid. So it doesn't matter. But you may be understand by this time. So the displacement of liquid is depends on what? It depends on density of the liquid. How much it is? Density
Density of the liquid.
are understanding. So density of the liquid, based upon the density of the liquid only, we people can decide either the object is going to completely sink or completely floating or completely float under the surface. Understand everybody? So the density of the liquid is only will decide how much amount of liquid is displacing. For example, say, I will give you one balloon of water. You can see you people are, when you are in a kids, you people will fill the balloons with the water and you people used to play. Have you noticed it? Yes.
Yes, sir.
And now I am giving you two balloons and one balloon I used to fill water, another balloon I used to fill mercury. Understand? Hg. So now, which is easy to carry? Anybody can say? Which is easy to carry?
Water.
Yes. Now, if I will keep one suppose same equal volume, so 1 liter of water, same way 1 liter of mercury in two balloons, and I will ask to carry you on our hands. You people cannot carry mercury balloon for a long period of time because within a fraction of seconds, the mercury balloon will blast and it will splitting into outside because the mercury density. What is the water density, guys? Water density is
1
1
gram per
cubic centimeter.
cubic
Yes or no?
centimeter.
Or we can say 1000 kilogram per what? 1000 kilogram per
Meter
Meter cube.
meter. Yes or no? Girls will never speak. Laksha, don't know. Now, if you take mercury, mercury is 13.6 times greater than the density of water. Means the density of mercury is 13.6 gram per cubic centimeter, or we can say 13,600 kilogram per cubic meter. Do you understand, everybody? So that is what we can say. Based upon the liquid, either the body will immerse or not, we people can decide. Are you understand, everybody? Yes. Now, for example, you can take, suppose I have given you 1 beaker of water and 1 beaker of mercury. Now you people tell me. So now I will ask girls to, I have given you 2 nails. Now if girls will drop the 2 nails inside this. Iron nails, let me take iron nails. Now, in which one it will sink and which one it will float? Yes, please respond. This is water and this is mercury. Water, it will sink. And water, it will sink, and mercury, what will happen? It will float. Why means, listen, the iron density is, the density of iron is equals to, if you take 7.8 gram per cubic centimeter. Are you understand, everyone? Okay, now. So now what is the water density? Water density is equals to what?
1 gram
Is equals to 1 gram per cubic centimeter. So it is less than the iron or more than the iron?
Less than iron.
Less.
So the iron nail will sink. Is it okay, guys?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So now, if the density of the substance is less than the density of the liquid, it will sink. Now, if you notice the density of the mercury, how much density of the mercury I said? Mercury 13.6 gram per cubic centimeter. So now it is more than the iron. Have you noticed it? It is
Yes, sir.
more than the iron. So that what will happen? Iron nail will float on it. So see, same substance, it is sinking on some, it will sink on some liquid, and the same substance will float on another liquid. Have you noticed it? That is what. So here only parameter. What is the parameter we are studying? Based on
Density.
density of the, based on what? Based on density of the fluid. Density of liquid will decide either the object is going to sink or object is going to float, or object is going to immerse fully, or object is going to immerse partially. Everything is based upon what? Density of the liquid and as well as density of the given substance. This is what we used to call as Archimedes principle. So Archimedes principle, what it will say is when the object is partially or fully immersed in a liquid, it will experiences what force, Pradosh? It will experiences upthrust force. What force it is?
Buoyancy force.
Upthrust force or buoyancy force. And what is it is equals to what? It is equals to the weight of the
Mass
liquid
of the body.
displaced by the body. That is what you have to understand. So the weight of the liquid displaced by the body, which body? Immersed portion of the body, which is equals to total weight of the liquid. That is what we used to call as buoyancy force, or we can say, sorry, Archimedes principle. Is it okay, guys? Yes.
sir.
Yeah, please
Yes,
allow
sir.
the definition of buoyancy force. When a body is, who is absent, Manya and Samya and as well as Aswita? Is it S? Laksha? Yeah, please write. When a body is partially or fully immersed, in a liquid, it experiences an upthrust. It experiences an upthrust whose magnitude is equals to what? Equals to what, guys? Equals to the, nobody is answering. Equals to the weight of the liquid, displaced. Weight of the liquid displaced by the body. That is what we used to call as Archimedes principle. Is it okay, guys? So now I can say from this, so upthrust is equals to, upthrust means in the sense of what it is, guys? Weight of the liquid displaced. Is it yes or no? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Weight of the liquid displaced. That is what we can say upthrust. Or else we can say loss of the weight of the body. So because in air it is having a different weight and water or liquid it is having different weight. So that is why, which is equals to loss in the weight of the body. So that is what you have to understand. So how we can find loss, Ra? Elmukil, can you say, Pradosh, how to find loss? How we can find?
Sir,
Yeah, I
total
told you.
volume minus displaced volume.
minus
How we can find? We have two words. One is what? What is the first word I said? One is the weight on air. That is called as real weight. And another one is weight on liquid. Is called as apparent
weight.
apparent weight.
Suppose your that is what. So how to find loss in weight? Where it is more, real weight or apparent weight is more?
Real weight.
In
sir.
real
weight. So as I said, that is what equals to buoyancy force. So now, in place of loss in the weight of the body, what I can write? Weight of the body in air. What will come?
Real weight minus
Body
apparent
in
weight.
air minus weight of the body in? Weight of the body in what? Weight of the body in liquid. That is what we used to call as. Understand? So now, where it will be more? On air or liquid? On air or liquid? Air. That is what we used to call as real weight. Real weight minus, and liquid, what I said? Apparent weight.
Apparent weight.
Understand? Apparent weight. So always will give you upthrust. What it will give you? upthrust, or we can say loss in the weight of the body. This is what we used to call as Archimedes principle. Now, this one we can study with the help of example also. So now, how to study with the help of example means, so if you want to study this Archimedes principle with the example, you need a few kinds of things. One is called as Eureka can. What is that? Eureka can. Now, Eureka can means nothing. It will be looks like a normal tin, but it is having a middle. It is having a one opening. That is what we used to call as spout. What we used to call spout, we can say. Are you understand, everybody? So this is what we used to call. For example, if you can take, this is what we used to call as Eureka can. What we used to call, guys?
Eureka can.
Okay, so now once the water level reaches to this one, then what will happen? Water will come from this spout. Is it okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now here we can take one beaker and we will collect that water. Whatever the water is displacing, we'll collect into this beaker. Is it okay, everybody? Now we have to take weight. How we can measure? Pradosh, weight by using which experiment? Which instrument we will use to measure the weight? I told you. Beam balance or spring balance?
Beam balance.
Beam balance. Spring balance. Okay. So spring balance, because what is the unit of weight? What is the unit of weight? Unit of weight is Newton. Understanding? It is a force. No. So now we need one spring balance. So you have to take one spring balance. Understanding? So now spring balance is worked on based upon the gravity. So now you can see, you have to take one kind of a stone, some kind of a stone, and measure the weight on air. Measure the weight on air. Is it okay, guys? Yes. So this is what the spring balance, and we have to measure what? Weight on air, spring balance. Okay, everybody? So now I'm going to measure the weight of this stone. So now let us consider the weight of the stone is W1. What is the weight of the stone, guys?
W1.
W1. Where? In air. Do you understand? In air, the weight of the stone is W1. Now, same kind of setup, if you'll notice it, and if you'll keep inside the liquid, and then what will happen? What do people can observe, guys? Same stone if you'll keep inside this Eureka can, which has been filled. If you'll notice it, and you can keep inside this, then what will happen, guys? So we're having spout. So definitely some amount of water can be displaced. Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now here, if you measure the weight of this displaced water, which is equals to the weight of the total weight of the body, which is the total weight of the stone. Is it yes or no? Yes.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what Archimedes principle is saying. So now, if you notice it, if you are immersing inside, definitely it will show some another kind of weight. So let us consider that is what apparent weight W2. What we used to call W2. Understand? So now where it is more weight, in air or water? Inside the water or
In
inside
air.
the liquid? Inside liquid. Air it is more. Yes or no? So now I want to find loss of weight. So how to find loss in weight of the stone? So what is the formula we can say? Loss in weight. Loss in weight of the stone, which is equals to what is the formula will come? Pradosh? Which is equals
V1
to
minus V2.
W1 minus W2, not V1. W1 minus W2. So now this W1 minus W2 is only what? Loss in weights of the stone. Is it yes or no? Yes?
Yes, sir.
And also it is equals to what? Ilmukil, smart way you have to tell me. Also it is equals to what?
Displaced, sir,
Weight
displaced
of the liquid displaced. Understand, Jayvarshini, Shruti? The weight of the liquid displaced. So do this W1 minus W2. Also, it is equals to what? Monish? It is equals to weight of the displaced water. Weight of the displaced what? Displaced water. Because we are considering here what? We are considering this liquid as water only. Okay, because water is the well-known liquid. That is why. So now, which is all equals to what? Elmukil finally, Maitrayan, this is all equals to what? This is only called as Upthrust.
Upthrust.
Upthrust. Also, we can say buoyancy force. Buoyancy force. Understand, Adarshan, Tamil Selvan? Are you clear, everybody? This is what we used to see, how to find the buoyant force acting on a given body. So what we have to do? We have to take one spring balance and we have to find the weight of the body on air, and later the same setup we have to immerse inside the liquid and inside the given liquid. Then we have to find the weight. So when the body is immersed, what is this can name called as? What is this can, guys? Eureka can.
Eureka can.
Called as Eureka can. All of you should remember that. And you have to take one spring balance, then slowly you can understand. So when the stone is immersed inside this liquid, once the water level rises from this spout, the water will reach us and it will collect into the beaker. And if we measure the weight of this beaker, weight of the water which is collected in this beaker, which is equals to the buoyancy force. That is what a loss in weight of the liquid displaced, which is equals to loss of the weight of the body. That is what you have to understand it. So this is all Archimedes principle. Any doubt, guys? Yes?
No, sir.
No? So please, all of you write it. So what is this can called as?
Eureka can.
Eureka can. E-U-R-E-K-A, Eureka can. Please remember. So now, this is all what we used to call as how to find the upthrust acting on a body by the given liquid. Darun, are you understand, Darun, this one? Alana, Mahalakshmi? So now if you'll understand this, then please you have to write, then we are going to study applications of Archimedes principle. What is this? Applications of Archimedes principle. Yeah. Laksha, are you there in meeting? Shruti also, one day only she spoke. Later she will never speak. That is what. So now if you'll see, Archimedes principle, we have so many importance and even practical applications also. The first importance of Archimedes principle is using in what? Designing ships and as well as submarines. What is the first applications? Designing
ships and submarines.
Yes. Designing ships and submarines. You all people are, already familiar with the submarines. Do you all people know submarines? Yes or no? Navies,
Yes,
Indian navies and all, they will use. Inside the water, on the boat, it will live like a fish, like a frog. They will live inside the water and they can survive on the surface of water also. That is what. So next one. Working of lactometers. Working of what? Lactometers. Now, where we will use this lactometers? Can you say anybody? You can easily find if you'll go to the milk industry, pasteurization industries. Have you heard? Milk
density.
Very good, Jayavarsini. Yes. Milk density. Milk, either the milk is pure or the milk is having any kind of mixed quantities of water and all. To find the amount of water in the milk or else the quality of milk, we will use a meter called as a device called as what? Lactometer. So this is also will work with the principle of what, guys? Principle of Archimedes. Understand? So it is used for determining purity of milk. Onish, are you writing or simply acting? You have to write the classwork. Okay? Purity of milk. Maitreyan, next. Third one, like anybody can say next one. Now, hydrometers. Working of what?
Hydrometer.
Hydrometers. So what do you mean by hydrometers?
To measure density of water.
Very good. So it is used to measure the density of liquids. It is used to measure the what? Density of liquids. Monish, are you there in meeting? Now, how to use this hydrometers means actually it is there in our Atal lab. You recently only have noticed it. So just if you dip inside the given liquid, automatically it will show the density of, even we are having now a digital hydrometers which will shows a direct density of a given substance. This is also will work with the principle of what? Sai? Archimedes principle only. And last one, as we know, Archimedes principle also we can use to find, understand, to determine the relative density of a substance. What is that?
Relative density.
Determine the relative density of a substance. This is what we used to call as applications of Archimedes principle. 4 things. One is designing of ship and submarines, all the types of water transport, understanding. Everything will work with the based upon this Archimedes principle only. Next one, lactometers for purity of milk, hydrometers for density of liquids, and also we can find the relative density of